Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this. Guys, I want to talk about the best point guard in college basketball. And the reason I want to talk about the best point guard in college basketball is because I feel like the narrative this season has been, is it Tyler Kolek? Is it Tristan
Yes.
Newton? Is it Isaiah Stevens? And all three of those guys are studs. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to throw shade at any of those three players. Mark Sears and Jamal Shead have been the best players on their teams. Houston is leading the Big 12 right now. Alabama is leading the SEC right now. I think there is a very strong argument to make that those are the two best teams in college basketball. Those are the two best players on their teams that are winning the two best conferences in college basketball. Tio, am I crazy here? Like, are we sleeping on these two guys? Is Jamal Shead, Mark Sears, do they deserve a little bit of recognition for like first team All-American kind of hype? Because I think that they do.
No, not a first team because you can't put 5 point guards on first team. This isn't a participation trophy, Rob.
Who said I can't? I can do what I want.
No, that's probably true. If you have a 27 team thing like John Rothstein, you could put all of them on there. No, I think Tyler Kolek's the best one. He's the best college point guard. I think Isaiah Stevens is there. And then another guy, I would argue the best freshman point guard in the country is Deion Thomas, who I had the other day, man. Like that kid, he missed a couple free throws at the end of the Nevada game, but the decision making, the shot making, the ability to pass and see what happens before the play develops, like, man, that kid's special. No, Jamal Shead, great player. If you're at the top of the Big 12, obviously you're doing something right, and he's that lead guard that kind of orchestrates everything. He's a special player. Guys, Tyler Kolek, I understand they were playing DePaul. He had 18 assists last night by himself, and that's a college assist. It's not a pro assist. And one thing I will know about Tyler Kolek is if they didn't give him his assist, he's going to complain. Yeah. So, my man's gonna talk to Scott Kuykendall and be like, "Hey, man, like you need to give me this assist." So, 18 assists. I don't care who it is. You got to get him. And he's the best point guard in college basketball right now. They also, ironically enough, have the best point center in college basketball, no Iguodala, but that's neither here nor there. I think it's Kolek, Stevens, and then whoever else you want to put in that mix.
Jamal Shead deserves more national credit. Yeah. Over the last 6 games, he has 29 assists to 6 turnovers. His ability to drive the bus and feed LJ Cryer and get Emmanuel Sharp going. This is a team that I'm telling you right now, this guy can author a legendary NCAA tournament performance. They're that good. He sets the table for this group. He gets into the lane. He's quick. He runs the team. And I saw somebody put this out a couple nights ago. I don't remember who put it out, but they said if Kelvin Sampson was a college senior, Jamal Shead is Kelvin Sampson's brain right now in the body of what Kelvin Sampson would want to be. He is an extension of his coach, and he runs this freaking team offensively and defensively. Mm-hmm. He has taken the torch. He guards. He guards at an extremely high level. You know, you've got to be a tone setter in that system. That's Marcus Sasser. That's what made him so great. Houston is a school. If you want to be a great guard and you want to learn both ends of college basketball, you should go there. And I got no dog in the fight. I got no stake in Kelvin Sampson's program, but because I get criticized for being the East Coast guy. I have such an immense amount of respect for Houston and what they do, and I believe in Jamal Shead. I think Mark Sears is having a terrific year. I give Shead the slight edge over him. Here's the irony. Jason says, any Kadari Richmond love? Hell yeah, Jason. Kadari Richmond's had a great year. He's not at the level that these guys are because you got to show up every game. But he is really, really good. Here's the thing. All right. Later today in a roundtable that I'm posting, I was asked who the Big East Player of the Year is. And I made an exception to my rule for the first time ever. My rule has been to take a player from one of the top 2 teams. And Kolek, to me, could be the best point guard in the conference. No, excuse me, in the country. And he might not get his own conference's Player of the Year, which is really strange to say. But that's the interesting thing about Kolek this year. The one issue with Tyler.
Who would you have as Big East Player of the Year then?
Yeah, for the first time ever, I did an exception to the rule. So Devin Carter is my Big East Player of the Year.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm on board.
Since Bryce Hopkins went down, Devin Carter has averaged 23 points.
No, hey, look, you don't have to explain it. I don't know why I didn't think of him. You're right.
9 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. He's a guard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I typically always pick a player from one of the best teams. But if Providence didn't have Devin Carter, they wouldn't even be an NIT team.
That's facts.
Yeah.
He's been that good.
No, you're 100% right. I don't know why I didn't think of him.
Sometimes you got to give your flowers to the guy where a lot of people are going to be like, look at their record. Come on, man. You can't watch that kid play right now and not think highly of him.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And I give him a slight edge just because Providence is in the tournament right now because of that.
And
guy.
it's not. Look, a lot of
literally because of him.
Yeah, numbers matter. Numbers matter a lot for that. But look at some of the shots that he's made and some of the plays that he's made. Like the reason why, and we're not going to get into like the Providence is lucky or fluky or whatever that is. Like
they're the anti-lucky this year, and they made it work anyway.
Yeah, but
like
part of the reason why their Ken Palm is low is because they found a way to win close games against teams that maybe aren't necessarily as good, which is just kind of like that's how the metrics work. That's what they're there to evaluate. But the reason why they have those wins is because of the plays that Devin Carter makes. He's putting up huge numbers. You're 100% correct. I'm with you on there. I will just say about Jamal Shead. I think, and I don't know, I haven't decided. I'll be clear. I haven't decided who my first team All-American point guard would be, who I would have as the best point guard in college basketball. I think if you are just blindly starting a team, I think Tyler Kolek is probably the guy that I would take with the first pick at the point guard spot, right? But when it comes to who has had the best season and deserves that level of acknowledgement, I have a hard time going away from Jamal Shead for a lot of what you said, fans, because of what he can do defensively, the Tony sets on that end of the floor, what he does offensively for them, and take the Iowa State game, for example. They had 20 of his 26 in the second half and completely took the game over when it looked like Iowa State was making her. I think Iowa State made 7 of 9 threes in the second half, and then Jamal Shead was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to put this thing to bed. He's not going to put up sexy numbers because that's just not who he is, how he's built, or the way that they play. But when it comes to setting the tone for the style and the system and what Houston wants to do on both ends of the floor, I think that he is integral in that. Integral, is that right?
Yep.
Integral, yeah, he's integral in that.
Integral.
I feel like I'm making up that word. I feel like you guys are setting me up. Integral. There you go. No, what's integral? I knew that wasn't a word. So it's been a long week, man. No, but he's integral in all of that, and I just when you hear Kelvin Sampson rave about him the way that Kelvin Sampson raves about him, it's very hard for me to ignore that because Kelvin Sampson's not a guy that is going to he's not going to blow smoke up your ass. He's not going to bullshit you. He's going to tell you what he really feels. So I think I haven't decided yet. I'm going to give it another week before I start my campaign for Jamal Shead as a first team All-American, but he's been damn good. And at minimum, he deserves a little bit more hype than we have given him so far this season. Well, thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.